Yes, dear children, we studied about glucose and how the structure of glucose was elucidated, okay, based on the different properties it was showing. Now let us see about fructose, okay. Fructose is a ketose sugar, you know it already, and it is also having the same molecular formula as that of glucose, that is C6H12O6, okay. And now look at the structure of fructose. It is having a carbonyl group at the second position. It cannot be at the top position, is it not? An aldehyde can be at the top position, acid can be at the top position, but a ketone cannot be at the cannot be number one position. Okay, so this is D minus fructose. Okay, now here D, because OH is there to the right of carbon. Okay, this is going to decide the position of OH at the asymmetric carbon from the bottom. That is going to decide whether it is D or L. So if OH is to the right, then it is D. Okay, and it has been experimentally found that it is rotating the plane of polarization of light to the left. So it is D minus fructose. Okay, okay. Now let us go further. Now this fructose, this is the open structure, right? Now this open structure, how the rearrangement is taking place and how a ring structure is formed. Just like glucose, we saw the ring structure. Same way in the case of fructose also, there is ring structure. Now that ring structure is formed by linking the second carbon with the fifth carbon. Okay. So when you link these two, the same principle, OH polarizes. Now this H plus will go towards the carbonyl oxygen, and this O will now link itself to this carbon. Okay. This is what I have shown. Now this CH2OH, I have put it this side, right? So there is a link between the second carbon and the fifth carbon through oxygen, right? Oxide linkage. Now this is the cyclic structure of fructose. Okay. Now again, same way here, if OH is to the right, then it is the alpha isomer, and if OH is to the left, then it is called as the beta isomer, just same as that of glucose, right? Okay. Now OH group at C2 to the right is alpha, and OH group at C2 to the left is beta. Okay, that I have given you clearly here. Now these are open chain structures, and it is also called as Fischer projection formula. It was developed by the scientist by name Fischer. So you call these kind of open chain structures as Fischer projection formula. Okay. And the ring structure was given by the scientist by name Haworth. So you call them as Haworth structures. Now in the case of Haworth structures, you see, it is a 5-membered ring, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are total 5 members which is forming the ring, and 1 carbon here and 1 carbon here. So you start with the second carbon, is it not? In the ring structure, second, third, fourth, fifth is attached to oxygen. So it is similar to that of an organic compound called furan. In the case of glucose, I told you it was pyran, right? Here it is called as furan. It is similar to that of this structure. That is why you are calling this as fructofuranose. You are calling it as fructofuranose. And this is called as alpha D fructofuranose or fructose, right? Now here you see the difference. In the case of alpha, you are having those groups on the right hand side. Those groups on the right hand side, they are all below the plane. They are all below the plane. And those which are on the left hand side, they are all above the plane. Okay. So that is why I have given you this short, just for memory's sake, I have given you LARB. That is those towards the left. They are all above the plane, LA. And those which are to the right, they are all below the plane. Okay. This I have given. So please keep this in memory. Okay, this is how you draw the structure, and you need to practice it. They can ask you, draw the Anomeric structures of, Harvard structures of fructose. They can always ask you. Okay, now come to the next category, that is disaccharides. What are disaccharides? Disaccharides are those which on hydrolysis will give you two monosaccharide units. They are called disaccharides, and the examples that I gave you, they were sucrose, lactose, maltose. They are all disaccharides. Okay. Now how structurally the disaccharide they look like? Now two glucose units, they are attached through oxygen, and that is called as a glycosidic linkage. The oxide linkage formed between two monosaccharide units by the loss of one water molecule is called a glycosidic linkage. Now look at the structure of maltose. Maltose is made up of two glucose units. Okay. Now I have given two glucose units here, alpha D glucose and alpha D glucose. And look here at the C1 position there is HOH, is it not? And at the C4 position there is HOH. Now between these two, one water molecule is eliminated. With the result, this O will be in between the two units like this. Right? So this is called as C1, C4 alpha glycosidic linkage, or simply glycosidic linkage. This is again a very important question. What is glycosidic linkage? Show diagrammatically. Now, the most important thing that you need to know is the aldehyde carbon. The aldehyde carbon of this glucose. This was in the open chain form, it was an aldehyde, is it not? CHO था. अब cyclic structure में वो CH हो गया था. अब वो CHOH में भी OH and C4OH of this unit water molecule eliminate होके वो दोनों glycosidic linkage में involve हो गए. So this functional carbon which was aldehyde, that is now engaged in glycosidic linkage, right? But in this glucose unit, that C1 which was an aldehyde before cyclization, that is not engaged in glycosidic linkage. Okay, C4 is engaged in glycosidic linkage. तो अगर ये cyclization remove किया जाए तो ये CHO बन सकता है, ठीक है? That means because of the presence of one glucose unit not involved in glycosidic linkage or any other functional unit, this is free to reduce Felling's reagent. Is that clear? So, because of the presence of this aldehyde group which can be used, you call this maltose as a reducing sugar. Okay, this aldehyde is not available because it is held up in glycosidic linkage, but this aldehyde carbon is available. So this maltose can act as a reducing sugar. That is what I have given here. Just see, the aldehyde carbon of the first glucose unit is engaged in glycosidic linkage, but the C1 of the second glucose unit can act as an aldehyde if cyclization is removed, and thus maltose is a reducing sugar. Okay, so you need to know this very clearly. Okay.